Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Right to the air is Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll send the tight end in motion left. To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown. Greg Dulcich with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Carr to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. The center receiver in motion to the right. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming up with a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Got a man. It's Judy complete. Room here to run. And off to the races. Down the right side. And all the way home for the Broncos score. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
And we'll get a couple up to the 29. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's got Granson over the middle. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Once more, Gibson. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
This was just simply excellent defense. In this third down, they had to be aware from the possibility of a pass. But that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
They snap it to Smith. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? On first down, here's Breida. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
That really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate at all when you want to throw the football. And that really hurts you as an offense.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Up to midfield. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And this is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. They run again with Harris. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Grover Stewart. The Broncos had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Williams. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. So they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Harris will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play. Best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he is going to have a Colts first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. This is caught. And the Colts are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Breida, they'll go up the middle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
On second and goal, Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Matt Breida, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is...
He's got a man, complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him a gain of 37. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. There's Wilson to throw. He's got Dulcich going across the formation. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Every now and then I can speak from experience, because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes, because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked, either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. And his throw here's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now a play fake. Carr. Now a quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
From midfield, here's Carr. From left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And that's off the left upright, but it caroms right in. How about that? The kick is good. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now it's Wilson. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time. A lot of the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense. It has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A couple of veterans, Wilson to Sutton there for the Bronco first. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here comes Hamler on the jet sweep. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Baron Browning from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed it. Off the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Carr. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's 3rd and long. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Carr gonna go on 4th down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Like you mean it.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. The It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tack pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Again, it's Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.